Hey, YouTubers, Tasman here, bringing you another episode of Obsidian for TTRPGs. And in our last episode, we kind of, what you might think, finished off Dataview. However, Dataview actually kind of has a sub-module. I don't know. It's included with Dataview called Dataview.js. And we're not going to go really deep into it, but what Dataview.js does is allows you to actually integrate JavaScript in with your Dataview. So that's what we're going to conclude our Dataview portion up with, is we're going to just do a really quick little Dataview.js thing. We're not going to go in very deep. I just want to kind of show you the power of it, and of course then you can always go and learn more, and leave comments as to what other things you've done, or join my Discord, and I'll create an Obsidian sub channel so that you guys can actually post your code or source or whatever you've done with your Dataview.js. But so let's jump right into that. So anyway, I also decided to kind of at the beginning put the plugins here and the ones that we've already gone over. So we've gone over admonition was the one that gave us the ability to create our own callouts. We have advanced tables, which helps us create tables, which is, I believe, that guy right there. aidenLx's folder notes, which is the one that gives us the file name of the folder name. It gives us a note, basically the same name as the folder, but when you click on the folder, it automatically loads the file's information, because you can't actually have a note directly onto a folder. In this case, it's actually showing the file with the same folder name. Hopefully that makes sense. We've done Dataview, which we've done the last 2, 3, 4 videos. The editing toolbar is this guy up here, just to make your life a little easier, or at least let you see what kind of things you can do. Some people just like doing the keyboard. Some people like actually being able to click things. Some people might forget. Some things are a little more advanced, like changing text color, and that's a lot easier to do here. But to make things bold, just adding two asterisks at the beginning and end, definitely much easier. And then finally various complements, which is the one that the plugin that actually allows us to kind of get a pop-up with kind of autocomplete or something like that. So that's what we got so far. I think this is gonna be our last video on Dataview. I don't even know if this is gonna be a full length video compared to what we've done, but I guess we'll find out. So I'm going to put this underneath our example data. Well, I need to come here too and go into edit mode. There we go. Oh wait, no, this isn't edit mode. We're in edit mode. Alright, I'm going to just hit carriage return a couple times. We're going to just do a double thing, and I'm just going to call this Dataview.js. So that's Dataview.js for JavaScript. I'm assuming that's what it's actually for. And to get ready for this and set up, what we need to do is come up here, and we're going to have a tag up here, or not a tag, but we're going to create, we're going to use D&D 5e for an example. So I'm going to create one called ATT for attributes, and I'm just going to do this as an array, and I'm just going to throw some numbers in here like 18, 16. And anyone that's played D&D obviously knows, this is your strength, dex, constitution, so on and so forth. Not 41, whoops, I meant 14. Let's do a real low one, 6. We'll have a dump stat. I believe that's intelligence. I think it's wisdom, intelligence, and then charisma. I know charisma's last. And then 10. So if you've played D&D enough, you would know that an 18 is like a +4. A 10 is a 0, so it's not any plus or anything. 6 would be a negative. That'd be a -2 or something. But what we're going to do is we're going to create a tiny little script that will just simply output, the actual value here and what the modifier value would be. Now, the way we invoke our Dataview.js is just like we do Dataview. We do our 3 little ticks, and we type DATAVIEW.js, just like that, and that's it. Now, like I said, I'm not a guru in any shape, way, form at this. I was messing around and got this to work, and I thought, maybe I'll show you guys what I did just so you can get an idea of how it's used. But from what I understand is Dataview creates an object called DV. And within that object, it has things, a built-in method called current. And current will actually get your current data from your note. And then, of course, if we then tell it we want our attribute from current, then it will grab this data here. So we're going to start with that. We're going to create a constant. So just like we do with JavaScript, we just do const att. You know what? Just to make it a little less confusing, I'm going to actually call this attributes, attributes. And then we'll actually assign it to att. And then, like I said, it's an object called dv, and it has various things in it. I haven't had much experience to look into all it has to offer, but these are a couple that I do know. So current will actually get the current note, from what I understand, and we want the attribute attributes. So there's our first line. What this is going to do is this is going to assign into the object, creating a value called att, or a variable called att, and it's going to assign what it finds in the current note, the values associated with att. So it's going to assign basically that array. All right, whoops. Attributes. I hit a lot of keys there. All right, so the next thing I'm going to do is I could simply, start outputting this stuff, but obviously I want to do a little function here. So we want to set up something that's going to be called for each attribute and actually figure out what the modifier for it is. So I'm just going to call this functn function, and let's call it get modifier. How do you spell modifier? Is that right? Yeah, I should have chose something else. And we're gonna, whatever is passed into it, we're gonna assign to value, because that's gonna be the value we get. And then of course we need our opening closing curly braces. So first thing we're gonna do here is this is going to be a value that we're gonna modify. And so what we're going to do is we're going to use a let to set mod, which will be our modifier. And we are going to then take our values. Now these values up here, even though they're an array, are technically a text string that's being passed in. So we want to parse int. And if you don't understand all this stuff, it's okay. You can check out on my channel. I have my Learn JavaScript using or with Foundry VTT, where you don't need Foundry VTT for that. The whole reason I did it is show you how you can actually do the stuff in Foundry VTT, but you can actually do it anywhere. So we're going to take our value, and what we're going to do is parse that value into an integer, because we're going to be passing it just one of our, technically I lied, it's not passing the entire thing. We're going to pass individual pieces of the array. But I believe it looks at them as strings, even though they're clearly numbers here. So we're going to say parse int. And we want to go ahead and say we want to take our value and we want to subtract 10. I do subtract 10. And the way we get our number off of that is then we divide it by 2. Now this, for example, will give us what our value is. So if we have 10 and we subtract 10 and we divide 0 by 2, we get 0, right? So our modifier is 0. If we take 12, we subtract 10, we have 2, and we divide by 2, we have 1. Hopefully that makes sense to you. So this is how you actually get your modifier using math to, that's how you can do it in D&D. All right, so that will be the end of that line there. And then the next thing we want to do is, because it's going to return a positive or negative number, but a negative number always has the little minus with it. A positive number does not. It's just a number. It looks a little better to have the plus in front of that. So we're going to have a little, what do they call it? The tertiary operator, or an if statement in a single line. So we're going to return the value there. So return, return, and we're going to take our mod and we're going to check if it's negative or positive. So if it's greater than 0, oops. Yeah, because we don't, should we have plus 0? I don't know, we could do greater than equal to 0. What we're going to do, if that's the case, we're going to go ahead and return plus. I'm going to do this with single ticks because I like them a little better. And then we're going to do a concatenation. Hopefully this isn't really throwing you way off. Now we're going to convert our integer, our actual integer, because plus 1 is not considered an actual integer. It will not like that. So we're going to convert everything back to a string, and we're going to do our mod. It's really kind of hard to do this because I don't know what your level of knowledge of JavaScript is. I'm trying to keep it super simple and trying to maybe over explain it, but hopefully this makes sense to you, even if you don't know much about JavaScript. Maybe it gives you that motivation to go check out my other videos. So what we're going to do is, if mod is greater or equal to 0, it's going to go ahead and put a plus in there and then the actual mod value, and it will be a string because we can't concatenate a number with a string. All right, if it isn't greater than 0, then we're just going to return the string version of our mod, not string, the string version of our mod. So what this is going to do is, if it's positive, it will simply put a little plus in front of it. If it's negative, it will already have that little negative thing in front of it. Now all we have to do is output our stuff and call our function as needed. So what we're going to do is we're going to access our DV again, which is our Dataview object. And we are going to use another little built-in function called paragraph. From what I understand, this just simply outputs it. So there's Dataview paragraph. I'm going to hit enter here, and then I'm going to go ahead and put in our things. So to make it look nice, we're going to go ahead and just do a quote and maybe say str for strength and a colon. And then we want to get our first element of our array. So this is our original array, so it will be the val one up here, our val right there, or hold on, let me just double check something. Well, actually, no, we're getting it from this guy because we want the whole array, not the individual value. So we want att, and we will do bracket 0. And then we want to add that, or concatenate, so it's a whole string. Then we're going to go ahead and put in our modifier thing. So we're going to do a parenthesis, maybe stick in a couple spaces, and then let's see, where are we at? Go ahead and put one more space there, and then of course we need this. This is just to make it look nice. And then, of course, this is where we want to do the same thing, but we want to pass our att0 into our guy up here. So we're going to call our function. So we're going to say get and modifier. Whoops, I didn't hit enter. Get modifier, enter. And this is a function, and we're going to pass it our att0 like a show. And I believe, let's stick a carriage return in there. And I'm going to end this one just right here, just so we can test it, make sure it works, and troubleshoot anything that is maybe broken. So this hopefully will work on the first try. Or maybe not. Oh, actually I didn't click down. Wait, no. Dataview. It says it's extended. How come I'm... Oh, it's inside example. I might have to make this a 1 also. I don't want an in example. Alright, so let's... There we go. Now we have Dataview. Dataview JS queries are disabled. You can enable them with Dataview settings. Okay, we need to go enable them real quick. So Dataview, Java queries, inline probably also. Let's just try that and see if that works. All right, now click off, click back on. And now we get an error. Missing parenthesis after argument list. Does it tell me let's go look for an error. That's all inside the thing. Oh, where are we missing? We got open, close there. This would be really nice in other programs because you actually can see. So we have that one to that one. This one's just a string, so that doesn't count. String mod, nothing there. We got open, open, close, close. All right, where's it saying it is? Dataview API val. I don't know. Line 21, or is it line 7? Syntax error, missing parenthesis after argument list. Alright, let's go look. I don't think it's anything up here. We have our brackets there. Let me check my notes, make sure I've got everything typed right. Alright, db current, that looks right. Function val, parse int, mod, string mod, that's all right. db paragraph. Do I need this semicolon? I'm not sure if, I don't think that's it. It might not like that it's on a new line for the last one. There we go. All right, so strength 18, which is +4. So now all we have to do is take this, well, kind of. Let's go and change this to our last one. Let's change this to CHA. Change it to cha. We'll go ahead and change this to 5. And change this to 5. And I probably should have copied that first. Hit tab, tab, and Control V. And then get rid of this, but add this. There we go. And then of course this one will turn to str. Hopefully this probably doesn't make any sense to you. Once again, this is just formatting that I'm doing. So basically our first one, because this is all one giant string, it needs to concatenate to the next, to the next, to the next, and then our final one will close out our db paragraph and have the semicolon at the end of that. So basically what we're seeing here will be for all of them, str, other than the last one. So Control C, let's go and do V, V, and V, and one more. All right, so let's do dex, and this will be 1. So the in our array, it will be 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Hopefully that makes sense. I know I say that a whole lot, and I really do hope it does make sense. I'm just gonna hurry and do all of these, so we get all the elements. And there we go. All right, so we have strength, dex, con. Then we have our, what I say? I think it's wisdom is next. Then we have intelligence. And finally charisma. All right, so this should actually work now. Let's go and check. And there we go. So we have strength 18, which is a +4. Dexterity, which is 16, which is a +3. Con, which is 12 +1. Wisdom +2, 14 +2. Intelligence 6, so we have a -2. And charisma, which is a 10, which is a 0. That might have been a very, very confusing video for you, and I apologize if it was. You definitely have to have an understanding of JavaScript or programming in general, and you know, simple things like concatenating strings, arrays, and functions to really understand, and I guess tertiary operators. So hopefully that made sense to you. If not, you know, go check out the Dataview JS on the web. You'll find lots of good information there. There's lots of things you're going to be able to do with it. But I just kind of wanted to just show you some more of the power of the Dataview plugin. So thank you guys so much for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed. If you did, be sure to leave a thumbs up down below. Aside from that, comment, like, and subscribe. Click that little notification bell. Follow me on Twitter. Check out my Discord and my other channels. And don't forget to tell other people on my channel. Check it out. If they like what they see, they can sub. We grow the channel. Everyone wins. And that is it, my friends. Until next time, I'll be seeing you later. Bye.